A lot of knitters like to say that knitting and buying yarn are two separate hobbies. But in my case, I would say I have a third separate hobby. This hobby includes having the recently added patterns on Ravelry tab open at all times, refreshing it once in a few hours, seeing all the new patterns that have been uploaded to Ravelry, and favoriting them into multiple categories because I really like to be inspired. One might say this is mental. I would say they are right, but I still gonna do that. Which is a cause of me having more than 1400 favorites on Ravelry. But that also means that, first of all, I don't miss any of the newly upcoming cool patterns and designs from both bigger designers and small designers. And I never have a question of, what should I knit? Because I have a lot of inspiration. And a lot of my friends are asking me, how do you find all of these patterns? And instead of telling them the story I just told you, I just say, haha, I'm just lucky. But that made me think that not everybody is insane like me and spending hours and hours on Ravelry every day, so I decided I will make this a monthly new knitting patterns roundup. But before we begin, hi, I'm Nadia. I'm face behind the Lemony channel where every Thursday we discuss all things knitting. Now in these roundups, I'm planning to add only size inclusive patterns, only patterns I personally would like to make. So they're gonna be heavily biased, just, I'm sorry, be prepared for that. And also I will focus more on less popular designers. But I will also link a bundle with all the patterns that were released in this month in the description below so that you can see all of the patterns I favorited and added to this bundle, which is just too many to discuss in the scope of one video. Now, if you like this idea, please comment below that you would like me to continue having these as monthly series, or maybe you wouldn't. Also say that. I would like to hear your opinions. But on that note, I think we're ready to dive right in. Now, in my part of the world, currently we are getting into summer, so I focused the patterns mostly around newly released summer patterns or something that you can wear or use in summer. But in the bundle that I linked, there are also a lot of cardigans, sweaters, a lot of cool things that I just can't possibly fit into one video. So make sure to check out the bundle if you want more woolly and fluffy things. But let's start with my favorite category of latest patterns, which are tops. We have multiple tops, we have multiple tees, and we have a few sweaters that I personally think can be made as summer sweaters, even though they weren't supposed to originally. It just is yarn choice dependent. Also, I'm very sorry if you can hear the saw in the background. We have some construction work going on, and it's very loud. And I'm pretty sure my mic is gonna pick it up, but I can't do anything. I already closed the balcony, even though it's very hot today, so I'm already doing my best. I'm sorry. Now, the first pattern I'm gonna talk today is a very exciting one for me personally because I first saw it not on Ravelry but on TikTok. I saw the designer who made this pattern make a video about her making her first pattern. And for her first pattern, she did the full yarn support for her testers, had a lot of testers for different sizes, proportions, and everything, and even had a proper testing period. So, like, she gave a lot of time for her testers, and you can definitely see that in finished projects. The pattern I'm talking about is Ocoline Top by Nora Evans. Now, as a debut pattern, I think this is outstanding quality of a pattern. This pattern is size inclusive. It has a proper tester's showcase. It has pattern preview so that you can check out every little detail about the pattern before purchasing. And the yarn used in the sample is an affordable yarn. This is a combo that we don't really see that often even in like bigger designers' works. And this is debut pattern. I am super impressed. It's super stylish. It has descriptions of both versions with keyhole here and without it. It's made top down in dense gauge. There are instructions for short row bust darts inside. And it has a ribbing on the waist that actually looks like it's gonna look cute on any kind of body. To say that I'm impressed is to say nothing. I think this is a very nice trend to see in the patterns being released because I can only applaud Nora. This is amazing. The yarn used is Host Coast, which is one of my favorite yarns ever. It's a blend of wool and cotton, and it's super nice yarn. I'm literally making a sweater in it right now. And the gauge is for DK weight yarn. Now I'm super impressed with it. I would love to make it for myself, definitely with the keyhole. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have time this summer just because I have too many plans for summer knits. But it's definitely going into my like very close to heart favorite list. Next pattern is also very universal and also showing a very nice trend of designers actually making patterns accessible, inclusive, and also quality controlled. It's called A Perfect Little Polo by Hintenstein, and it is a polo t-shirt, just like the name suggests, with cute stripes on it. And the fun part is that the stripes have Fibonacci sequence kind of coded into them white wise. So like starts with the smallest Fibonacci number and the number of rows grows in Fibonacci sequence. It makes it look very cute. Also, I can imagine it looking very cute without stripes as well, because the construction is very flattering for a lot of body types. It's a v-neck, it's a polo v-neck with buttons. It uses fingering weight yarn. We have sizes going from XS to 5XL. There are 3 shaping options included in the pattern. We have the A-line, straight and waist shaping versions. There are optional bust darts to be included. There are links to tutorials inside the pattern. And if I'm not wrong, there are 43 testers projects for this pattern. All testers works look amazing. They showcase how the pattern fits, and you can see that it fits on all kinds of bodies, and I am absolutely in love. Also, I'm a big lover of anything polo, so it's definitely going onto my to knit list. It's very nice to see that designers are actually making their patterns better and better every day. So they're definitely listening to the complaints that we as knitters have online in our communities. Now we started off strong. The other patterns might not be as inclusive and as cool, but they're still worth mentioning and they still have very, very cool features about them. Starting with Wine on a Top by Victoria Chaplina. It's a summer top with a lot of lace work. It has a V-neck, it has white stripes that will hide the bra strap, so you can wear it with your bra. And the back is flat stockinette, so it won't showcase your bra band in the back, which is also very nice. It's a top-down shirt made in sport weight yarn with Isea Trio 2 used as the sample yarn. And it's a blend of linen, cotton, lyocell, if I'm not wrong, and it's a summer yarn and it's very nice. But there's also a sample made in a woolly wool, which is drop snored. Technically not woolly wool, it's alpaca wool and I think nylon, for a more vest kind of option, so that you can make it something to wear on top and layer, or you can knit it as a just like a summer top and wear it just like that. Now the bust goes from 88 centimeters to 145 centimeters, so not perfect, especially since it's supposed to be worn with 0 to 10 centimeters of positive ease. So not perfect, but not too bad. And I think it can be a very, very stylish, elegant pattern to make in the summer and have it be breathy without being too much. There are a lot of photos from the testers with a lot of descriptions. I must say, good job, Victoria, on picking her testers. They actually left feedback in the notes. It's not always that testers do that, so appreciate that. The next top is also very intriguing, and A pattern that made me open my eyes like this when I saw it because I thought I was tripping. The thing that made me tripping is seeing that the sizes available are from 1 to 18. So there are 18 sizes. And I was like, it must have been a mistake, right? But no, there are actually 18 sizes in Sage Vest by Charissa. It's a fitted vest with unique details, with a split at the bottom, in the middle of the front, which gives it a very elevated look and also makes it perfect to style with skirts, with shorts, with stuff like that. There is a cable detail along the shoulders. It uses fingering weight yarn with Merino Possum by Louis and Lola yarns used as yarn for the sample. That's new to me. Fun. It's designed to be worn with 0 centimeters of ease, with bust going from 75 centimeters to 160 centimeters. And the 18 sizes are here because she actually graded the pattern to fit every 5 centimeters of bust size increment. So if you, like me, have troubles with actually having the in-between size according to the standard knitwear sizes, I am in between. I suffer. This will be perfect for you. It is graded to heaven. It has been tech edited, which is also very nice to see coming from not that big of a designer. There are not too many pictures of Tessa's works yet, and there are also only photos for sizes like 1 to 5. But I kind of feel like with this level of detail, we can give a benefit of doubt and trust that they are graded properly. And also, she says that since some of the sizes were not test knitted, you can contact her and get the pattern for free in order to kind of test knit in a way, because she couldn't find testers for those sizes. I think it's an amazing piece because it can be both a summer layering piece on top of a dress when it's getting chillier, or be worn just like a short with something, and it can be styled in multiple ways. So I'm very excited about this pattern actually. Now, this pattern immediately went into my close to heart favorites because I kind of feel like I really, really want to make it. And it's the Ballerina Romance Tee by Camille K. Oh my god, can I just tell you I love this? It is kinda a ballerina wrap top, but it doesn't have any bows or buttons to connect it. It's like mock wrap in a way, I guess. Made in sport weight yarn, with the sizes going from XS to 2XL, with finished bust circumference going from 84 to 128 centimeter. So not too size inclusive. And it's supposed to be worn with from 2 centimeters of negative ease to 6 centimeters of positive ease. Now I think it was just some grading challenges that were solved this way. Otherwise, I can't explain why it has such a weird ease recommendation. It is decorated with very, very pretty lace sleeves. There are more cropped and longer versions explained in the pattern, and it's worked top down, back and forth. Now, there are two things I'm not happy about: the sizing, obviously, and also that there are absolutely no photos or projects on Ravelry. So either it was not test knitted or testers did not upload anything, and it's a bit hard to find out which it is. So I'm always a little bit feeling iffy about patterns that don't have actual testers testimonials, about how it went. So but it looks so cute that I kinda am willing to try and just hope for the best. Now, I know I said that I want to focus on smaller designers, but there is one designer that I absolutely cannot not mention in these roundups because, well, if you watch my channel, you know that I am probably the biggest Lily Kate France fan in the world, and she came out with a new pattern. Terrace Tea by Lily Kate France, or Lily Kate Makes on Instagram, is made in DK weight yarn using Sirdar Haworth tweed as the recommended yarn. As usual, it is graded to heaven to fit all the standard sizes, finishing with 157 centimeters. Recommended ease is from 0 to 5 centimeters, and Lily Kate recommends to size down if you are in between sizes, which is usually my case in these scenarios. Now, it is absolutely adorable, vertical striped. I'm not sure if you call this lace or pointelle or... Well, English is not my first language, sorry. But it looks kind of ribbed because of the construction. It has vertical stripes of lacy fabric in between stockinette stripes. I feel like this is gonna be such a perfect potato chippy knit. You know what I mean? Like, it is easy to remember the pattern, but it is also gonna be interesting enough to not get bored. And the sleeves are not that long, so also will not be as boring as usual. It is made with compound raglan construction, and it is supposed to have a vintage feel. And I absolutely love the Testers projects from Ravelry. Like, all of them look absolutely gorgeous. Now, the last tea on our list is something not for everybody. I want to premise it with that, but it is kind of unique, so I really wanted to add it here. It's Kingfisher Tea by Andrea Gauhan. No idea, but well. It's made in sport weight yarn. It is graded until 165 centimeter and starting with 75 centimeters, so very nice. It's a drop shoulder lace tee with a relaxed body fit. It has two different fits described in the pattern, a more traditionally feminine fit and more traditionally male fit. It was basically graded based on women's size chart and men's size chart, and you can choose which fit will be better for your body, regardless of your gender identity. There is a tester showcase, and I kind of feel like it looks very unique with these lace vertical columns. I would say that it's not for everybody because not everybody is ready to wear it as a top on top of like a pretty bra or something. But I kind of feel like there are a lot of ways to style it, and also it would be a perfect cover up for something like a bathing suit. And overall, it looks like, it doesn't even look like a knit, right? It looks more like something stylish you can buy in the store. For some people, it's a good thing. For some people, it's not a good thing. I just think it's quite unique and it's fun, so good job, Andrea, on making something fun. Now we have two sweaters that I think can be made into summer sweaters. First of all is Neighbor Sweater by Postcard Knits. It's a top-down drop shoulder made in DK weight yarn or two fingerings held together. The color work is supposed to remind you of the vibrant homes of San Francisco. If you ask me, it looks very much like Copenhagen's Nyhavn with the bright houses and everything. Overall, it's a very, very, very beautiful pattern using intarsia and knit top down. It also has an option to make it into a tee, so she added the short sleeves version as well. And what I absolutely love about all of her patterns is that she adds versions of sweaters, of every sweater she makes, to make for your pet. So there's always a pet version of the sweater included into the pattern. This is very fun. Bust size goes up to 178 in the finished bust size, so quite size inclusive. And I kind of feel like if you make it in a cotton merino blend, it's gonna keep the whole color work looking very neat, but also make it very suitable to make it for summer. So if you use brighter colors, maybe like yellow and blue or something like that, it's gonna make a very cute travel sweater or just sweater. I don't know why I say travel, but I kind of feel like it's gonna be cute for travel pictures, won't it? I really hope to make it one day. The second sweater on my list is not supposed to be a summer sweater at all, but I kind of feel like if you choose the yarn correctly here, it's going to be a perfect summer one. I'm talking about Isabella sweater by Marie Ingleson. Now, it seems like it's another debutante on our list because I don't see any patterns published before, First of all, it is a mix of a very simple sweater, but finished off with beautiful details that make it work and make it unique. It's a tailored raglan construction with flared bell sleeves with gorgeous lace on them. It also has a very, very cute collar that kind of duplicates the stitch pattern from the sleeves onto the collar. Altogether, it looks like just the most feminine and beautiful sweater that is supposed to fit everybody, because the designer in the description takes a lot of notes on how much work was put into grading it so that it fits multiple sizes. It's supposed to be worn with 5 to 10 centimeters of positive ease. It's graded up to 167 centimeters of finished bust. I have no notes. The yarn you're supposed to use is sport weight, so you can definitely make it lightweight enough for summer if you don't use woolly wools and use some blends. And I just think it can look so, so beautiful. The only sad thing is that there are no projects other than projects by the designer on Ravelry, because I kind of feel like people are maybe scared to buy a pattern from a designer who doesn't have any other patterns uploaded to Ravelry. And it is very sad, because I would definitely knit it if I didn't have too many sweater plans already for the summer. But I will definitely come back to the sweater, because I kind of feel like it's gonna be a perfect fit for my wardrobe, and it's kind of gonna close a gap that I have for more feminine-like sweaters. So great job on the first release. This is an amazing pattern. I'm very excited about it and really hope that you guys gonna love it and maybe somebody will make it. If you decide to make one of the patterns I'm talking about, please tell me in the comments which one got you inspired enough to make it. And on this note, we are moving to the smaller things in life. Accessories and just smaller things that are somehow either summer related or just fun. Starting with something super elegant and stunning. The Pearl Bandana by Polar on Knits is a triangle bandana that is very open gauge. Even though it's made in DK weight, it's made on 7mm needles, so it's gonna have a lot of holes in it, and it's gonna be quite big. So designer proposes that you can wear it as a headband, a top, or tied around your waist. Now the fun part is that designer also includes the ways to add some beads or shells to this bandana to give it more coastal or textured look, which is, I find, very cool. I really like adding beads to my knits as well, especially accessories. Like, I absolutely love sewing up pearls to my Safi scarves and things like that. And I kind of feel like it elevates a very simple bandana to absolutely another level. So I kind of feel like you can have a lot of play with this pattern. Staying on the bandana road, we have Clarkia Bandana by Frog and Oat Knits. It's another debut here on the list, made in fingering weight and using hobby cotton as designer's recommendation for it. It's triangular drapey bandana with beautiful lace finish, though the only thing that you can find annoying is that the lace motif is knit separately and then kitchener stitched to the bandana, and I know that not everybody likes that. I don't have any problems with it. I think it's worth it. And it looks whimsical. You know how right now we are in the whimsical trend online? I feel like this is absolutely the description of whimsical. It is definitely something you will wear to the forest to meet the fairies. And to finish it up with bandanas and small scarves, we have two free patterns on the list, which are very exciting. First of all is the Sigrid scarf by Ida Väyrynen. I'm sorry if I pronounced something wrong. I definitely did, but it's the simple triangle scarf that might remind you of some very, very popular small triangular scarves that came out this year from some designers that don't really need mentioning their names here because everybody knows them. And while some of those big designers are still working on paid versions of small triangular scarves, Ida was kind enough to make a free version that also includes descriptions for striped version, and huge respect. Funnily enough, it is also a debut pattern on Ravelry. Uh, it's made in decay weight yarn, so it's gonna knit up very quickly. I already made it in a few days using my hand spun yarn, and I can say that for a free pattern, it is absolutely gorgeously written. Like, I no notes. It was perfect. It was, I would expect this pattern to be a paid one, judging by how well described it was. Huge round of applause for Ida, and if you want to knit a triangle scarf, you can now do it without having to pay 50 krona for a simple triangle scarf. I was hoping I won't be petty today, but I'm sorry, it's my nature coming through. Now the next free bandana I have is Garden Vines bandana by My Knit Projects. It is also a free pattern but in sport weight, and it is gorgeous, gorgeous lace bandana made in kind of a rib in a way, and there's also instructions for making it a scarf. So basically bandana is completely triangular and the scarf is more like a trapeze. Is that how you call this thing? My English is not having its best moment today, let me say that. I think the best way to promote this pattern is to say that the moment it came out, I already cast it on in Permin Elise. So I'm already working on it. And once again, for a free pattern, the amount of work that went into writing it, I can't imagine, because it has charts, it has text descriptions of every chart. It is suitable for beginners, it's suitable for non-beginners. It's just lovely. So once again, thank you so much for designers who make free patterns that are so good. Now I have 3 scarves slash shawls that are not summer related, but they came out and are too cool to not mention in this episode. So, first of all, our goddess, Katarina Kunz, released a new pattern called Ice Bear Wants Scarf. Just tell me it's not the most adorable thing you've ever seen. I know she's a queen of making double knit scarves with different cartoon inspiration drawn from it, but this one is just a masterpiece because this one is actually designed in a way where every character on the scarf looks like they took a photo, like the Polaroid photo. So it's basically Polaroid photos stacked on each other to make the scarf. Katerina is very careful to not be copyright infringement called out by any of the companies. So it is absolutely not a scarf inspired by a cartoon called We Bear Bears. And I already got this pattern on my wish list because I will absolutely make it for me and maybe one for my husband as well, because we're huge fans of this absolutely non-related cartoon. And I really want to make it in black and white because I'm a big fan of Panda. So I think it's gonna be super cute. The only problem is that I'm already working on a scarf from Katharina Kunz, and it's taking a lot of time, and it's gonna take me probably months until I'm done. So it's definitely not the project I'm gonna start soon, but I'm very excited about it nevertheless. Now we have 2 shawls. One shawl is called Plaid Romance by Carissa Browning, made in light fingering weight yarn. It features brioche, mosaic, and garter stripes. So it's definitely gonna be a pattern where you will have to learn a lot of interesting techniques to finish it. But this like checkerboard of these multiple different stitches makes it absolutely stunning, and it doesn't look hand knit at all. Now we have another shawl called Egnodice Shawl by Dominique Baril Tremblay. I don't speak French, I'm sorry, but it has motifs clearly drawing inspiration from Greek art. There are multiple motifs you can see in all of the Greek works of art. I think it is stunning, and it by itself looks like work of art, so I would absolutely love to make it. It's made in fingering weight yarn, and basically all that it requires you to do is to make flat color work. Not everybody wants to do that. I understand that, but I kind of feel like it's gonna be worth it. And for last, we have three kind of accessories, but more on the weird side. First of all, we have a dice bag called Nadya by Paige C. Pearson. It has a drawstring. It's a very simple dice bag, but it has very cute color work on it. So I kind of feel like it will be a perfect gift knit for somebody who plays D&D in your friend group, for example. I made my friend a dice bag back in the day, and I'm still thinking that it was a very nice gift. Because we always have troubles having enough dice bags for our dice when we buy them. So cute, simple, made in worsted weight yarn. Now we have a raviolone by Lily Faye. And it's a bag that is supposed to look like a ravioli. It's a free pattern. I think this is hilarious, and if you are one of the confident girlies that like to have silly bags, this is just perfect to make this effect. Honestly, I am kind of drawn towards knitting it, even though I know that I have absolutely nowhere to wear a ravioli bag. I kind of feel like I just need it in my collection. Maybe not for wearing, but just like for storing stuff in it, because it's so damn cute. And another very cute and free pattern I have for you is Mapachet Capybara by All Made Here. It is a pouch made in shape of a capybara. If this is not the cutest thing you've ever seen, other than ravioli, obviously, I don't know, I'm very happy for you then. I already added it to my queue. I have a friend I want to knit it for, and it is also a free pattern made in worsted weight yarn, and I want to hand spin it for this project. I feel like it's a perfect pouch to store your cable needles, maybe your crochet hooks, just basically notions. It will be perfect for it. So I'm super excited to make it, and I can't wait to start spinning yarn for it. Oh wow, it has been a long roundup. I'm very sorry about that. And the funny thing is that I'm looking on my bundle right now, and I can confidently tell you that all of these were only half the patterns I have in the bundle, because I'm telling you, designers were making a lot of really cool stuff these past month and a little bit. So I absolutely recommend you go check out the bundle, because it has a lot of really cool stuff. I'm seeing them all right now. I can see like multiple patterns I want to knit this summer. So absolutely recommend you go check out the bundle. And for today, that's it. Tell me in the comments if you found any patterns you would like to knit out of this list, or maybe just add it to your favorites or queue for future reference. And also please let me know if you would like to have this kind of videos coming out every month, or maybe you would prefer them to be not as often. Let me know, and I will see you in the next video.